Shalom, Meshpuka. All right, I have a question here. Can you break down Isaiah 30? Um, the breakdown of Isaiah 30. This is just a quick way for me to answer this question. Of course, we can break down with the Ruach. We can break down almost anything in Scripture. When you get an understanding, the Ruach will allow us to see what exactly is going on. But before we do that, what you have to do, you have to go backwards sometime and see what's going on. What is this talking about? Isaiah 28. You have to go back to Isaiah 28 before we can have a discussion about Isaiah 30. So what's going on in Isaiah 28 and 29? We talking about a rebellious people in Jerusalem. Here is the breakdown. Woe to the crown of pride, to the drunkards of Ephraim, whose beauty is a fading flower. They're in the land supposed to be keeping the Torah. They're supposed to be keeping the commandments, and they are not. They're in the land of Jerusalem. This is different from us today. We're scattered in all the world. We on a different side. We're on a different page. So from the beginning, our mindset should be these people are in Jerusalem. Woe to Ariel, the city where dew dwelt. So where are we talking about, family? We're talking about a place where dew dwelt. This was when they were in the land. There shall be heaviness and sorrow. There's heaviness and sorrow when you don't keep the commandments in the land. That's a problem. This has for us today, this has absolutely nothing to do with us. Immediately I know where the person going because I've had this question before, so I want to answer it here and for the others. So we're talking about in Jerusalem. Now, here's Isaiah 30. Because remember, we're in Jerusalem. You hit 28, 29, read through it. Woe to the rebellious children. See, this is not a righteous children. This is a rebellious children. This is a children in the land of Yasharal committing iniquity. He gave Torah and they are not doing it. They're rebellious. This is not the people scattered who devise plans, but not of my Ruach. Now, this is putting Isaiah 30 in proper, perfect context. That they may add iniquity to iniquity, who walk. Look at this. See, to the person that asked the question. See, can you walk to Egypt today? Where are you? He pushed us so far away from this land. You can't walk to Egypt today. You're not in Jerusalem. Who walked to go down to Egypt. This is putting it into perspective. Because I know you're thinking, when he come out, you want to come back to the place of refuge. Who walked to go. See, the scriptures say we're not to go down to Egypt. I've heard this many times. These people in trouble. Now, let me explain why they're in trouble. This is the breakdown you're asking for. They supposed to be in the land, keeping Torah, sowing seed in the ground. We don't know anything about this. Kingdom living. The Most High bringing showers down. The seed coming up from the ground. They got their flocks, their herds. The people are living in shalom. They're not under any government. Your thinking is this is for us and we're under the governments and we're not under the Most High. No, this ain't for us. They under the Most High in the land, and they are supposed to be trusting and depending on Him, in Him alone. Instead, they walked to go down to Egypt. Why? They knew it was prosperity in Egypt. They knew this. And here it is, they're in the land committing iniquity. The Most High stopped the rain. Oh, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting your seed to grow now. And so what happens? When this happens, the people, they're lacking some of their things. And so now they're ready to walk down to Egypt. This is why they were told, the kings were told, don't go to Egypt to multiply your horses. This is in Torah. Does that mean for us not to go down to Egypt? That's absolutely foolish. Completely foolish. But this is what some people think because they don't have the Ruach and they're in the lands of their confusion. See, we've been out of confusion for years. We think so much clearly after being out of confusion for years. And this word become very easy to understand. Can you break down Isaiah 30? Who can't break down Isaiah 30? People that's in their captivity, people that's still under all and around all that wickedness. They're clouded. They're in confusion. They're under the curse. They're not under the baraka, running around here talking about I'm blessed. You're not blessed in the land of your captivity. You walk in disobedience. You can say I'm blessed all day long. They don't know baraka, so I have to talk like they talk. And the Most High say, no, you cursed. You cursed with a curse. You ain't came out. When you don't come out, you walking in a curse. You in a curse and you still under the curse. You ain't under a baraka. Yahuah's trouble is about to show us all. Who walked to go down to Egypt and have not asked my advice. These people ain't even worrying about the Most High. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And to trust in the shadows of Egypt. See, they trusting in the shadows of Egypt when they supposed to be in the land trusting in the Most High. Therefore, the strength of Pharaoh shall be your shame. And trust in the shadow of Egypt shall be your humiliation. They're not supposed to be going down there. It's an easy breakdown. Very easy breakdown. Now, what's the proof of this? What is the proof of this? Let me show you the proof of this. This is Isaiah. Of course, you know Yahushua went to Egypt. We went over this. Matthew 2, starting at the 13th verse. Now when they had departed, behold, a malach of Yahuah appeared to Yosef in a dream, saying, arise. This is from the Most High. This was after Isaiah 30, family. This was after. You do know this, right? This was after Isaiah 30. Who can, even if you in confusion, you should be able to see this. Arise, take the young child and his mother, flee to Egypt. So why would the father tell us, don't go to Egypt, and then tell the kid, flee to Egypt? Here is the answer. See, in order to break down Isaiah 30, you got to understand these things. Here is the answer. When to flee? That's the question. If you in the land, look. We understand. Yahuah lost control over the land. We know another nation was in control over the land. They were about to be scattered. So what was happening? They were killing kids looking for the child. His life was in danger. Now it's time to flee. Flee where? Flee to the place of refuge for his people. Did Abraham flee to Egypt before the famine? See, these are things you gotta know. You gotta know this stuff. Did Abraham flee? Did Yahuah, the father of the 12 sons, did he flee to Egypt before the famine? Or was it in the middle of a famine? Family, we're in the middle of a famine. And if you don't honor this word, you don't take this word to heart, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble fighting against fleeing to the place of protection and refuge and safety and security from the Most High. See, when the people flee to the place of refuge at the end, we still flee in trusting in him and not in the power of a people or a nation. He was about to be killed. We are about to be killed. Wait, stop. back it up. We're not about to be killed. We're dying. We've been dying, and the numbers are increasing. See, this is what was happening in Yahuah time when he was a baby. They were dying, and the numbers were increasing. And it continued until you got to 70 AD. We're dying. Jacob's trouble has started. We knew we was going to start dying, and now we see our people dying. And it's hard to see some of the ones that's dying. I'm getting messages. Pray for this one. He's in the hospital about to die. Then I get another message. He's dead. Family, now see, this is a reason we shouldn't be fighting against one another. When it comes to belief and doctrines and names, I've said it many times, they taking a fight to us. So keep questioning against what we should be doing. And you will continue to be against the Father and his word. Stay there until I bring you word. For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Esau is seeking Jacob to destroy him. You don't think we should flee? You think we living in a land with shalom in shalom? Let me get this straight. We got real prophets. We got the Mashiach, a real king of Yasharal, all sons together. That's where you think we at today? If that was the case, now we know not to flee to Egypt. He arose, took the young child and the mother by night, and departed to Egypt. This is what they did after Isaiah 30. You know, true scripture truly does not contradict itself. It was there until the death of Herod. The people, until the time comes, it would be time to go back, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Yahuah through the prophet, saying, out of Egypt I call my son. And we see this over and over. So this is a very simple breakdown of Isaiah 30. They were in the land. They weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so now they're ready to walk, to go down to walk. Was this not an easy breakdown? This is kids that's been truly learning scripture. They can break this down in the borders, not outside the border. You ain't gonna learn but so much outside the borders because you're walking in disobedience. I'm sorry to say this. The Father will keep you cloudy. Read through here. This is what he's talking about. He clouded them. He said, make sure they have eyes, but they can't see. Ears, but they can't hear. You can tell them the word, and they won't get it. Why? They didn't come out. Rebellious children. We're rebellious children, fighting against his word, when we should be in agreement with his word. We should change our life to fit his word. So this is an easy breakdown. I hope the person got it. It's not hard to understand, knowing the fact that they were in the land and not in captivity. That's just it. You don't go down. You don't go to any person for refuge when the Most High didn't tell you to. You in the land. Now, when you kicked out the land, you got to be looking for some type of refuge. And honestly, even within the land, there was a flee doctrine that there were 6 cities that the manslayer may flee to. All right, I hope you get it. Shalom.